Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to Frost and Fire. So, the very quick recap. We managed to clear out this giant mech cluster. It actually wasn't that hard. Unfortunately, my trade caravan I called in also walked straight into it. You can see the remnant of their television here, which I guess I'll start hauling. We did manage to clear out a lot of the corpses up here as well, and we started to smelt slag in this area. Unfortunately for me, I am now visited by yet more mechs. I'm starting to think Randy has an obsession, an unhealthy one, because he just keeps sending them and sending them and sending them. I did mention that this cluster of mechs I'm just going to sort of leave there. The defoliator only has a radius this large. It's going to take a while until it starts affecting my plants, and as a result, I don't need to immediately worry about it. I can just let it be, as it were. What I am hoping to do this episode is to add in a bunch more autocannon turrets. Now, we've been relying on 4 turrets for a long time. And I would like to line these sections here. Let me plan them out roughly around here and here with additional autocannon turrets lining this area so that we will be able to shoot mechs more quickly, sort of cross-firing here in a V shape, right? Because these turrets here will be able to fire out sort of this way, and these turrets will be able to fire this way, making this an utter kill box, like one that everyone dies. At least that's the hope. So I do have a lot of plasteel, but I don't have a lot of steel. Ooh, savage beasts. 26 manhunting skin spiders for a persona weapon? You got my attention. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I will happily do this. So the skin spiders will arrive 0.7 hours after I accept. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and capitalize on this. So the way I'd like to do that is this. I have, let's see. I feel bad using... All right, let's use standstill. I'm going to prep my kill box to be the attention grabber, walling these up much the way I do in the past. In fact, I only really need a wall here, here, that stops north, and then here. I don't need this, that. Okay. Yep. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So the idea is to draw the skin spiders to the entrance here, and then probably shoot at the defoliator, knowing that most of the time my mortars hit nothing. I realize that. Gabe and Leth is going to continue digging at the steel because we still need a whole lot of it. And Phoenix, let's have you haul some steel. Anytime anyone's up here, they should be set to haul. So I have only a day and a half to accept this quest, but that's plenty of time to do the sort of preparations I need. And I'm going to get these built. Okay, that one's done. And just again, like a little reminder for me in the future, putting the building plans down to indicate where I have added temporary construction. I'm using sandstone because it is the, in my opinion, the most worthless material in terms of you know, defense strength or whatever. So But a persona weapon is going to be awesome. Totally, totally awesome. So I am all about that. Leth and Gabe, I'm going to speed time up. Leth and Gabe are mining. Unfortunately, you left without hauling, so I'm going to make you go all the way back. Trying to get my steel up, because we really do go through a lot of it. Last episode was called Addicted to Steel, and I think you all know why. The amount of steel that I consume is ridiculous. And the autocannon turrets I want to add really don't help. They are only going to compound the issue and make it even more expensive. But I'm happy to do it because I can't in any way rely on uranium. Now, I have had the research off for quite some time, even though we were in the middle of researching circadian influence, so that Raptor would spend more time on the ground penetrating scanner and hopefully rummage up some uranium, which is a small chance, but one that I'm continually hopeful for. And everyone's going to be put to work. All right, Bash. Let's get the walls built. We have a day and a half left. It's plenty of time to do a little bit more hauling and prepare defenses. Gabe, if you were walking up here, let me just set you to haul. I don't know how close you were. Not very. And Phoenix is right behind you to wall that entry up. JD, how about you haul the... Oh, Raptor was already doing it. Raptor, instead, let's get you to haul steel. Just trying to prioritize the steel over most everything else. Now, there's a possibility of this stuff up here becoming damaged, but if it's minified, it's not going to be targeted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to uninstall it and leave it in place, forbidding it, and we can set it back up when it's time, you know? Bash is trying to get some training in. That's fine. Most of the doors are now built. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're just waiting on this single door here, and then we'll have everything walled up, I think. And we'll be ready to accept. So the redesign of the kill box is going to have to wait. We have a spicy opportunity for us to do a whole lot of damage. So another thing I'm going to want to do is the defoliator obviously does not have mech shields or anything like that. I'm going to hold fire and reload. Hippie's standing here, so I'm going to have Hippie load up all these turrets. That is the last entrance that we wanted to wall off. The swamp raptors can be butchered for raptor meat, which we've been consuming. Taking a look at the temperature here. Mostly okay. I can fire up... no, you know, it really is temperate. Okay, Raptor. No longer super haul. I want you to cook meals and do ground penetrating scanning. So the quest expires in 14 hours. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to accept the quest tonight, because it takes... Actually, you know, I should accept now. So it takes almost a... No, this is hours, not days. So it's almost immediate. So I'm going to want to accept this quest probably tomorrow morning. Yeah, bright and early tomorrow morning. So we can have everyone able, eager, and ready to fight. Sorry, Hippie, I'm sure you've been on that turret a while. Sort of forgot. So I'm having her just prep load so that when it's time to shell the defoliator, because essentially I'm going to be triggering the animals and they're all going to be grouped around here. And then we will initiate shelling and hopefully destroy a whole lot of mechs with the animals and then make it, you know, so that the remainder of the mechs enter the kill box. All right, so you are done loading those up. And she needs a beer for doing all that work. We're starting to get flak vests again because the cotton is ready to go. Oddly enough, I guess we planted this cotton in batches. So we have like a weird scenario where some of the cotton is ready to go, but not all of it. Let's go ahead and plant. My beer situation is really good. And I'm going to plant more psychoid, I guess. We are just about out of psychoid, and it wouldn't hurt to get... we have a good amount. So maybe here we'll plant rice. And here we'll plant rice. And then this line will plant psychoid. Alright, get new flak vests. And for the flak vests, I'm going to do until we have 2 spare that are pretty much fully intact. Much the way that we previously had sort of the clothing set up. We don't have a ton of spare clothing, so I'm going to have to keep my eye on that as well. But we do have some. You know, we do have some undamaged clothing in here. Just not loads of it. This shelf here is for steel on important. So I'm going to nudge this down to preferred. So the shelf indoors has a higher priority. And we are just cranking out some additional shells. Cool. The Swamp Raptor hide we can also turn into some clothing as well. Wouldn't be terrible to have a television able to be used in the hospital. So if we have someone who's healing up as a patient, you know, that they can benefit. And this will yield us a lot of cotton, or a lot of cloth. And it looks like my beer is fermented, so I'm going to take that as well. We've had a delivery of wort, so that has making, you know, the beer very easy because we didn't have to process it from hops. And this will be fermented in 8 hours. Speaking of 8 hours, let's go ahead and trigger. So, animals inside. Everybody else, you are going to stay fortified. We are going to accept the quest for the Death Crusher. The other rewards were good, but a Persona Zeus Hammer with Calm Thoughts will be phenomenal. In fact, what I could do is, well, I'll probably be giving it to Bash or Phoenix. This Plasma Sword is not bound, so I can switch who has it. It's not a Persona weapon. Now that the swamp rat, the skin spider should be coming in any second now. Here they are. And if we take a look at the skin spiders, they have a minimum temperature about -100. So they are almost within the temperature range where they will become hypothermic. So it's going to be important for us to trigger these mechs quickly so that the spiders are able to fight the mechs and not just like freeze to death. So I'm getting everybody on the turrets. The spiders are in position, and I'm not going to aim directly on here because I don't want the shells to go into the mountain here where they will be absorbed. I want them, you know, waking up these mechanoids. There we go. Initial hits. Some of these have been cracked. Now, for the next shot here, Gabe is going to switch over to EMP, and I am going to try to shut down these mechanoids, giving these skin spiders a little bit more of a chance. Not that I think they're going to win, but they'll have a slightly better chance. And then everybody aim for the core of the centipedes, because the centipedes are obviously the most dangerous. Alright, so here, as you can see, all of these centipedes are sort of stunned, but there's not enough skin spiders to honestly make much of a difference. I'm going to need Bash to open the front door, because these mechs that I have pissed off are going to need somewhere to go. Another thing I should probably do at this point is scrap that and prep. Let's see, prep sniper. It would have been wise, and I could say this in hindsight, it would have been wise if I had made sure oh, those were good hits. It would have been wise if I had made sure to attend all of my needs before starting this fight. But the defoliator itself hasn't been significantly damaged, which means that these the mechs here aren't going to immediately push to me. So Leth and Gabe are going to have to go without rest for a bit. They're going to get a little cranky. What I'm going to do is have Hippie go eat a fine meal. And I'm going to start to try to counter-snipe the skin spiders. Another thing I might be able to do is to remove a single tile. Or let's remove 2 tiles here, so that if the Death Crusher... If, you know, all of these spiders do end up dying, the Death Crusher lands in my base, not somewhere I don't want it. Now, there's also the possibility of doing significant damage to this cluster here, this group, by way of Raptor's Berserk Pulse. So I also have Raptor coming out here to see what I could do about Berserk Pulsing. Because if I can... let's move. Kill off all of the Scythers, or the Lancers, and whittle their numbers down so that they're just centipedes, it's going to be really, really easy to get some disgustingly powerful pulses on them. In fact, I might even be able to hit one here. I'm going to definitely be targeted, but it is worth the risk, in my opinion. And then let's get out of dodge. Because all of these mechs here were resetting their position, which meant that they weren't aiming and looking to target my guys, Raptors specifically. All right, so I hit a Berserker Pulse where I managed to nail most of these mechs. All right, I have their attention, so I need to get out of here. Yeah, as evidenced by me getting sniped. Let's choke up a little bit and start to do damage to the small ones, the Lancers, and I think there's a Scyther in here too. Okay, Gabe got hit real hard in the leg. Wow, 1 hit point? This is just like... Oh man, alright, I gotta get out of here. So, he's pain-shocked, but alive. I'm gonna try Berserking Pulse. Actually, Berserk, there, yeah. There we go. I took some risks. It did not pay off. Raptor is going to be able to help. So Gabe And Pod's arrived now. The Death Crusher has arrived. So Raptor, ooh, you're up? Okay, so if you're up, let me jump pack you to safety. I don't mind using a little jump packs here. Hippie is going to help to move your sniper rifle to you. And I don't need to worry about the meal. All right, JD, equip the sniper rifle. Both of you are going to go to the hospital. And Raptor's going to meet you there soon. Actually, we're going to take just a little break here. I'm going to send everyone home, and we'll fight once I recover. All right, let me get everyone moving on to the hospital. It was a little reckless. I could have had Phoenix or Bash run interference. And speaking of Bash, here's what I'm going to do. Bash, given his namesake, we are going to have him get the Zeus Hammer. That just makes sense. His name is Bash. And Phoenix, his name is Phoenix. He should get the Plasma Sword. These things make sense to me. Bash is going to head on over to grab that. And then Raptor is going to meet my injured for proper meds in the hospital. I'm very lucky that it wasn't worse. So the Persona Bond for Bash is bonded, and that weapon is going to be his. All right. I do want Gabe and JD to recover before trying to snipe anymore. So I'm going to have some mandated R&R. Yeah, this is what I was going to do. There we go. No need to have fine meals sit here. Doesn't make any sense. Damn. So JD took a very, very terrible torso hit. Somehow or another, the layers... I had a lot of sharp protection, and they didn't offer much. And then Gabe did the same. He got a very terrible hit to his legs. Let me turn on this tube television for them. As you can see, they are recreating a little bit. Gabe is. And he's going to reload his jump pack. And then it is definitely cold enough for me to turn off the remainder of my freezers. No need to have pointless freezers on. Raptor, why are you on the throne? Please. Please, I need the uranium. There we go. All right, he's scanning finally. It's been a while. Now, I've been playing a little fast and loose, I will admit, because I have Resurrector Mech Serum, which means that if I do manage to get someone killed, I can always revive them. But that's not an excuse for my recklessness, and I probably shouldn't have been as reckless as I have been. We do have a Psychic Harmonizer. A Psychic Harmonizer, if you're not familiar, helps to match the mood of the person with it installed with the people around them. So if the person that has the Harmonizer is happy, they'll make other people around them happy. And if they're sad, they'll make other people around them sad. It's a powerful tool in order to make people happy if you have one person that stays happy often. Gabe and Leth would be good contenders, but the issue with Gabe and Leth adding it to them is because they're also night owls, it won't really benefit anyone else because they aren't often around others as a result of their night schedule. All right, so if we take a look here, we've got that sternum shot really has not recovered at all for JD. It was very close to being fatal. And his torso is definitely healed up, but that sternum taken quite some time. Now, these mechs are awake. Ooh, There's big things. It's too bad I don't have a pulsar. Pissing off those big things would be great to fight more mechs. The big things might come into my kill box to try to eat me, though, because there's not really a source of food outside, and they do have a valid path to get to me, so I wouldn't be surprised if I saw big things come flooding into my base. Let's go ahead and install a deep drill here so that my miners can mine, specifically Leth can mine. Gabe is fully healed. With Gabe fully healed, it might be worth trying to snipe again. But I'm going to wait. No, I'm going to go now. Just to try to clear them out. So I have Raptor coming to provide support, sidecasting or otherwise. Of course, Hippie's here too that can skip people around. That might be a powerful tool. Looks like this big thing's coming to mess with me. Yeah, it is. All right, let's back up. I'm actually going to back up a lot because I don't want the big thing to be able to get me. It doesn't seem to come to Raptor. I don't know why. But here it comes. Oh, no. Next one's coming to Raptor. Okay. It's chasing Raptor, which is fine. Bash at Phoenix, you want a piece of this? All right, I'm going to try to split my attention dangerously, but split my attention so that... Here, I'll just stand back here and let the turrets do it. So I fight both fights at once. Autocan turrets have spun up. The big things are... This one is coming back towards me, the injured one. This one is not. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to berserk it. So it's triggered, it's targeted as hostile. And that way, my turrets actually do something against it. Okay, it is dead. And Raptor is going to come join me again. And this big thing here is going to be on the business end of the sniper rifles. Wow, that was not a very healthy big thing to begin with. Cataracts, dementia. Pretty much every health condition you can get. Jeez. Cataracts, dementia, asthma, artery blockage. Yep. Not meant to live very long. Okay, we're down to 2 Lancers left. Once we only have Centipedes, it'll be a lot easier for me to use Berserk Pulse. Because I'll be able to get closer. And possibly with the aid of Hippie, jump in and pulse and jump out. The other big thing, the last big thing is now trying to hunt me. So I'm going to prepare for that. And it's going after them. So that's fine. Actually, I'm going to use it as a method of cover. All right, Hippie. You jump Raptor here. Raptor. You Berserk Pulse. There. Hippie. You jump him out. And now... Oh, there's still a Lancer out. Let me go run interference. Raptor's kind of trying to stand in the way here. Alright, I'm gonna hit More berserks. There we go. Those berserks definitely worked out well. Raptor's just about overheated now, so he's gonna have to back up. And now it's just the slow... there's still a Lancer left. The slow snipe fight of whittling down the remainder. Takes a while, but it's safe. I'm gonna have Raptor go home, because his heat's too high. And there goes the last of the Lancers. Unfortunately, the beak thing may burn up, and I'm not gonna be able to process. Here, you haul the beak. Okay. They're now down to only Sentis. And this defoliator is nowhere near becoming a problem for me. Phoenix is idle. So is the Stay Fortified Zone? Yes, it does include that deep drill. Good. So unless the defoliator ship gets damaged, the mechs are more or less assigned to guard it, as I'm sure you've been able to notice. Which means I can just freely snipe them continually, and as long as I'm careful as to not let them get too close, they don't really pose much of a threat to me at all. It's a easy sort of low-hanging fruit type scenario here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call it quits now that it is almost nighttime. I'm going to get a few last shots in. Actually, I might be a little cheeky with the... with Hippie. That was very risky. But a good way to do a lot of damage very quickly. All right, now that it's dark, I'm going to head in, and I'm also going to have Raptor attempt, at this point I'm just going to say attempt, given all the fails, attempt another throne speech. Which I'm surprised is not immediately canceled, given that there's hostiles on the map tile, but I'm pleased by it, I suppose. Let's get these off. All right, let's hope for a positive one. His social just leveled up, which means he's got an even higher chance of a positive speech. Come on, Raptor, you can do it. I sort of believe in you. And everybody's now present, even JD, who is wounded. And it's encouraging. Well delivered, well received. That's excellent. So we have not too much rice left, some vegetables left. They've really gone into the chem fuel pile, but given that we're growing 1.5 grow light hydroponic basin areas worth of them, it shouldn't be long until we have plenty of veg left for our fine meals, or our simple meals rather. Leth, I'm gonna wake you up with just with a No, don't consume rice. With a simple meal. And then we're going to send my snipers back in after Gabe eats as well. JD is going to still sit this one out because he's honestly just too wounded to do really anything helpful other than be at risk. And Raptor's going to join us for hopefully what is some berserking. And Hippie will be able to like warp him in and warp him out. And they're now down to 6 from 9. It'd probably be wise for me to focus fire on the heavy charge turret ones because they're pretty obviously the most dangerous type. But here's what we're gonna do. Raptor, see how close you can get before they get pissed. Apparently very close. Oh boy. More riskiness. God, shot in the heart. Man, I am addicted to risk now. It's just me continually taunting Randy. Can he finish the job he tried to start? And the answer, I think, is no. All right, Hippie, okay, he's fine. Have him head home. JD is now healed. That was a quick turnaround, but that's mostly due to the quality of the meds and the quality of the care. So we're gonna have JD treat Raptor now, who has probably a damaged shirt. I can't for the life of me just be patient, but I promise now at this point I have learned my lesson and I'm going to not keep pushing it. Alright, so JD's coming out to shoot. Raptor's gonna head to the hospital bed, and then JD's gonna probably quickly turn around and help Raptor. But they're down yet another. Two of the centipedes, these two heavy blaster centipedes, is very, very, very damaged. All right, JD, it's probably time to go help Raptor. He'll be in bed by the time you get there. Down 2 more. Lovely progress. This one should be just a few shots away, given its current health. Doesn't look like it could take much more. Its head is 1 out of 130. So any shot to the head is enough to disable that mech. And it's down. And then they have this one here is very damaged as well, so we're gonna target that one specifically. Raptor's now been all patched up. JD is going to join me. And with any luck, we will have this defoliator destroyed by the end of the episode. Down that goes. That must have been head hits, I'm assuming. Yep. The log would tell you. It was actually the 4th body ring. And now what I'm going to do is to set up all of these temporary walls to be torn out. Because there are no more manhunters, and we really don't need to avoid anywhere. We only have 1 centipede left. It's not going to be much of a threat. So everybody's unrestricted. In fact, animals even go to pet priority hauling. And let me get rid of the avoid zone, as I no longer really need it. Found a volley? Nope. One more volley. There it is. All right, let's go punch the defoliator. It's faster to punch it than to shoot it. And foliator is fully cleared. A ship impact. That was weird to hear while we were punching a defoliator, to hear the ship impact noises behind us. So this gives us a bunch of materials that'll have everyone haul, and it's cleared entirely. So pet priority hauling. Let me set this up. Pet priority hauling is going to be repainted so that they prioritize the mechs over everything else. Okay. All the temp walls are being removed, and then this smelter can be wired back up. So with all those temp walls gone, we'll remove the plans for them, and hopefully eventually remove and haul the sandstone back into place. All right. Sorry, Raptor. I definitely took some massively unnecessary risks with you and Gabe and JD, and I will say I've learned my lesson. Whether that's true or not has yet to be seen. However, we are now up a Zeus hammer, which is a huge gain. A huge gain. Let's go ahead and switch weapons back. So Hippie back on an assault rifle. Gabe, you're going to take Lance, JD, a Lance, and Leth, the charge rifle. Another thing, and this was a tip from... Did I write it down? Let me double check. It was a tip from kind of a long time ago, and I forgot to mention it until now. Zeleb. Zeleb mentioned that it would be wise if I kept the SMG and the shotgun, or basically, yeah, the Masterwork SMG and the Masterwork shotgun, in a high traffic area that might see some action during a combat situation. So I'm going to have Leth build this, and I'm going to put those two weapons specifically on the shelf so that they're nearby if I ever need them. So we'll say any quality will be Masterwork to Legendary, and it will be the chain shotgun and the heavy SMG. And that way, let's propose a possible situation that I need them, right? So let's say I have all of my guys with sniper rifles, which 2 of them still do, and a pod drop landed of mechs on me. And all of a sudden... Oh, I switched the wrong weapons. All of a sudden, I needed to switch weapons from sniper rifles, which have ridiculously low DPS. It's just that they're good range, to something that actually packs a big punch. So we have big punch packing weapons right by our front door, which I think is a pretty handy idea. Let's warm this area up so that there's not a work penalty for the deep drill. So we don't freeze Gabe here. There, that's a little bit more comfortable. If anyone comes out to the smelter, they better do a batch. I'm not going to send them back. Just a piece of steel or two. All right, well, this is about all the time I have. Next episode, rest assured, I'll probably be adding some autocannon turrets to the kill box for defenses. If you have any other suggestions for me, feel free to let me know in the comments below. I'd love to read them, and I'll mention them if I use them. Thank you so very much for watching. I'll catch you next episode. Farewell.